In this video, I'm going to show you how you can use Snapseed to create very cool and interesting double exposure photographs. To begin, we'll tap in order to load a photo, and I'm going to go to Albums and pick, I have two photos here. I'm particularly choosing photos that I think will work well together. The first one, this base, well, the subject occupies the central area and has a lot of open area in the top left and bottom right. And in my next photo, we're going to add in a photo that fills in the surrounding negative space area. So to use double exposure, we go to Tools, and then click on double exposure. And now we've loaded our double exposure tool. We have three options at the bottom. The first is to add another picture, and then afterwards we can play around with it with the other two options, which I'll demonstrate momentarily. So first we're going to click double exposure, and then we can go and add in our second photo. So here, we've now put the two photos together, and by default, it puts them at equal, at 50% transparency. So you see the first one and the second one together. You can see this by clicking on the transparency icon, and you see it's right in the middle. If we slide all the way to the right, it's 100% now. If we go all the way to the left, it means we don't see the second picture at all. But in order to compare the two pictures, we have this one over here, and you can see how they're in the top left and in the bottom right, there's a lot of interesting rock formations, and that complements nicely the area with the boat in the center. So I'm put back sort of in the middle, okay? And now what we can do, the really cool part, is to go to the blend mode options, which is in the middle. And over here, we're going to play around and see how each one works. So under lighten, it's going to use the second photo as an area to be lighter than the first. And you can play around here again with the transparency to see how it's looking for you. And then move along to darken, and the same thing. Play around transparency. So I'm looking for something sort of like this, right? So we have that, and then we can do add, and again, do the same idea. Add is very bright, so it's not going to be as useful for me. But let's see, subtract, it's going to be very dark. Look at that, that's really dark. So if you want a dark, moody scene, you could do something like this with double exposure. And the last one is overlay. And here we can also put them together. And for me, this is looking the best. So I'm going to click OK just to save this one. And now we have this as our picture. However, this is a little bit darker than I would like. So I'm going to lighten that up by going back to Tools and first going to Tune Image. Over here, we're going to go down to Shadows and bring our shadows up by sliding to the right. You can compare the before and after by clicking up here, right? So now it's a lot brighter, but at the same time, I want to now increase our contrast to bring back a little bit of our dark, right? So now we have like this. And as a final touch, I want just to overall increase the lightness by going to, and I'll do that by going to curves, and we can bring it up a little bit. We can compare the before and after. Maybe we can make it a little bit brighter. And if I like that, I'm just going to click the check to save the changes. And now with this final picture, I'm going to click Export and say Save. And you can view your picture just like this. So I hope you found this video informative, and please remember to like and subscribe to see more.